What I'm about to share with you today is probably one of the most insightful and important things that you will be able to take away and really think about when you look at your life where it is today. Because the fact is, most of us think the life that we want is ahead of us. It's waiting for us in the future. And so we don't give the value to the life that we have. And I did that for decades. I looked back 10 years later and I asked myself, like, what happened? Where did my life go? It just seems like 10 years was yesterday. And it was because I spent most of my time in my head focusing on my problems, the challenges, where I wanted to be, what life would be like with more money and more freedom and more time and all of these things. But here's what I want to share with you today. And I want to illustrate this to you and give you something very important to take away and think about. Is in life, problems and challenges are never going away. There is no perfect life that's waiting for you. The life that you have right now is the life that you should be investing in, because that's where the real value is, because your life is happening and unfolding right now. It's not 5 years down the road. It's not 10 years down the road. It's not more money down the road. It's not a bigger house down the road. Those things are nice and you'll get there, but what about the time that you have now? So let me share something with you that's been incredibly valuable to me, like I said, and the clients who I've had the privilege of working with over the last 13 years, and it's this. I want you to have a look at this. So imagine, here you are, your life begins, and there you are, day one, it's zero. And let's just imagine that you live to the ripe old age of 80. Now, with the way things are today, there's a good chance you might even exceed that. But for today's illustration, let's go with 80, because here's the point I want to make. Let's just say for today's example, you're 40 years old. You might be 50, you might be 60, whatever it is, but I just want to use this as an example. Because most of the clients that I work with are somewhere, 40 and over. And so if you look at your life and you think, well, I've already lived 40 years. Well, the fact is, those years, they're gone. You can never get that time back. You've lived it. So let me ask you this. What are some of the challenges and problems that you've experienced growing up through your life, and the things that you've had to overcome, the things you've had to endure, and the things you've had to face, the things that were uncomfortable, the things you didn't like, and also including the things that made life great, the great memories that you have and the amazing things that you've accomplished, all during these first 40 years, okay? Well, here's the thing. Like I said, it's gone. What you have now is this. So the question becomes, like, what are you going to do with the time that you have left? Are you going to keep believing that what you want is somewhere in the future and you can't have it now? Are you going to continue to be frustrated and focus all your time and attention and give all the value that you have to your problems? Look, the bottom line is, like I said earlier, your problems are not going anywhere, but when you can reframe them and start to look at the life that you have and see how rich you actually are, the people in your life, the fact that you're here today, someone your age is not going to be here at the end of the day. They no longer have a choice, but you have a choice. You can choose to be happy with what you have today, even though you may feel like you would like to be further along, or you should be further along by now, or you feel like, something's in front of you that you just can't seem to get around. That's never going away, but it doesn't mean that you can't be happy. It doesn't mean that you can't appreciate the people in your life who love you and are there for you. It means that you can take value in your health and the things that you do have. You can appreciate where you live today. You can appreciate that you have a high standard of living. You can appreciate all the things that you've worked so hard for. Because the thing is, you can't get time back, right? I'm not 40. I can't go back to being 40. But you can do something about your life today. And here's the thing that I want to share with you. It's this. Your second life starts today. Okay? So what are you going to do differently for the next 40 years, 40 plus years? How are you going to show up? What are you going to start appreciating that you've been taking for granted? Your health, your relationships, the time and how you spend it every day? What are you going to do differently? Because today is the day that you can start fresh and say, enough of the madness, enough of trying to chase this thing when I've got something worth investing in right now. Enough of trying to chase more money, get more stuff, just so I can feel like I'm enough while I'm missing out on the life that I already have that I can make so much better than it's been. You get to decide, because in life, we have two things: choices and decisions. So you have a choice. You can keep doing what you're doing. You're going to keep getting what you've got, or you can make a different choice of how you're going to show up, what you're going to give value and meaning to. That maybe at one time in your life, you really appreciated something that really mattered to you and gave you a reason to get up in the morning and go for it and to try and become more. And you should continue to try and become more, but don't miss out on the life that you already have, because you only get this one life. So what are you going to do? Your life starts today.